This is a case of illegal deportation, and it raises serious questions about whether court orders are being followed at all. So before I explain it, here's a short video that I have added to my Substack article about this, and I wanted you to watch this, short local news report because it lays out the basic facts of the story. Check this out.
A man detained by ICE agents in Knox County and mistakenly deported to South America is on his way back to the U.S. Court records show Diego Hernandez Garcia was put on a plane to El Salvador despite a federal judge's order that he remains in the country until the case is resolved. The 24-year-old was taken into custody December 11th at a job site in Hardin Valley and then taken to a detention center in Louisiana. An attorney for Hernandez Garcia just minutes ago told us he arrived back in the U.S. and landed in Louisiana. The attorney says Hernandez Garcia was a minor when he entered the U.S. with his mother. They say he had a prior removal order from 2016, but since then he was granted special immigrant juvenile classification and later deferred action. They say the essence of deferred action is to protect from removal and that the government needs to be held accountable.
So a 24-year-old man named Diego Alberto Hernandez Garcia was detained at his construction job in Tennessee on December 11th. He was taken into custody by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, moved through local jail systems, and then transferred to a federal detention center in Louisiana. Now, that detention center matters, okay? That transfer matters because Louisiana facilities, specifically the ICE one, they are more commonly used as a, final point in America right before your deportation flight to wherever, the Trump administration has decided to send you. And, a lot of people don't actually realize that. So I keep emphasizing that because it's important to know when you hear somebody was transferred to Louisiana, they are anywhere from, 6 to 48 hours away from being on a plane and leaving American soil. Just before his deportation flight, at the time he was detained, Hernandez Garcia was not a U.S. citizen, but under U.S. law, he was legally protected from removal. All right, he entered the country as a minor with his mother. He later received special immigration juvenile classification. Now, a humanitarian status created by Congress to protect vulnerable children. It's plain and simple. He's not supposed to be swept up. He's not supposed to be deported. So he was also granted deferred action. Deferred action exists for, one reason. All right. It tells the government not to deport someone. On top of that, a federal judge issued an order requiring that Hernandez Garcia remain inside the United States while his case was pending. But despite all of this, okay, despite all of those judicial actions and rulings, he was placed on a plane and overnight flown to El Salvador. Okay, so that is, obviously not enforcement. It was not an enforcement decision. That was basically a legal violation by the Trump administration and their, homeland security. So according to his attorney, the government later acknowledged that the deportation was a mistake. And within hours, Hernandez Garcia was flown back to the United States, landing in Louisiana. So a court filing was entered immediately, okay, documenting exactly what happened and everything that happened. And as of right now, guys, there has been no public confirmation that he has been released from custody. We don't know if he's with his family or if he's still behind bars. And if his case takes years, ICE might just go ahead and hold him until they find out what the judges are going to rule on his case, which is just horrible. Why does this case matter? Why am I bringing this to everybody's attention? Why am I saying this is so important? Because when a federal agency ignores judges and ignores judges' orders, even unintentionally, it undermines the foundations of our entire legal system. All right. Court orders are not, suggestions. They are binding. And if agencies can violate them without consequences, then due process basically becomes, optional. Most people who are wrongly deported do not get returned within a day. Okay. Many do not have lawyers who can stop a plane. Many disappear from the legal system entirely. So this case stands out because it was caught quickly, but not because it was harmless. This is not about borders. This is not about politics. This is about whether the law actually means what it says. When the government removes someone in violation of a court order, that should alarm every single person in this country. I do not care what your ideology is. Because if due process fails quietly, it doesn't just fail once and for one particular person or crowd or ethnic group, okay? And that is why people need to know about this case. Thank you for watching. I am Jared Zisser, and this is Ring of Fire. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications to make sure you are informed about everything important in progressive politics today. And if you are looking for fact-based independent reporting all day, every day, follow me here on Instagram or here on Facebook. See you in the next video.